Okay, once the top and bottom spars are glued in on both wing cores, the next thing we do is need to glue the halves together. What you might do is make some small marks just so you didn't get everything lined up. I usually put a T there so I know what the tops are and the bottom. You might mark just the insides of your elevons there so you know which side they go on. Now, you only really fit one way, so it's not that big of a deal. But we're going to be working on the top. We got it facing up, so we got the left side and the right side core in. So to glue the wing halves, real simple. Just take a piece of wax paper. You need to keep it in. What you might do is put a split there right in the front. That just kind of helps keep it from folding over right there. And it's real simple. Same thing. We're going to use CA. And put a good amount on there. Line it up right in the center. Now what's important here is when you line these cores up, line the back up where the motor mount goes in, because that is machine flush. Now everything should fit exactly, but right here it has to be flush, okay, together, because that firewall's got to fit there. To do that, just put them back in the cores. And so 10, there we go. And just push them together and give that CA just a few seconds to kick off. Now the wing halves are glued together. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do these top spars. And it's important on the top spars. Remember, you work on the top of the wing, and I've got the top marked, because the rear spars, when we get around to do those, only go in on the bottom. They're not on the top, so just kind of remember that. So next thing we're going to do here, we've got the halves glued together. I'm going to glue this main spar on. And this main spar is located 5 inches back from the tip of the nose. So just mark you a pencil mark right there, 5 inches from the tip. Then take a square. This is what I like to do. Just line it up, square there, and then I draw a pencil line. And pencil works really good because it doesn't make much of a mark. And draw you a pencil line that goes between the two spars, okay, which is out here. Now there'll be two spars in there. The thicker spars, only thicker spars in there, some 1/8 inch spars for the main spars. Now they're going to be about 14 inches long. They're going to be oversized because you're going to need to trim this spar. When you trim this spar, you get your line drawn, set it right down on top of your line, and make sure to trim it so when it goes in, it clears these outer spars. Okay, so when you push it down in, it'll clear the outer spars. Now on the main spar, the other thing to consider is the speed controller is going to be mounted, at least the way I do it. You can do it the way you want to, but I mount the speed controller right about here. So these wires have got to go over and into the battery bay, and you want those to go down and fit at least flush with the top of the wing. Of course, the speed controller is going to be routed in there flush. So to cut this one, the first spars, we just went out one click. This one we're going to go out another click because we want to make it deep enough that it'll go down in just a little bit. And you may even have to go a little bit further than that. But we'll try this first. And also, just the way it is, the outside is a little bit taller than the inside just because of the way the airfoil is cut. So we've got a line drawn, and we're going to draw this, cut this line. And again, you may have to offset just a little bit because you want that to fit down there flush. You get the depth. Okay. And very simply, I'm going to cut those between the two outer spars. Make sure you get a nice deep cut there. And again, check your spar. Make sure it's going to fit in there without interfering with the spars. I wouldn't push it in yet because it just kind of damages the foam. Now, same thing here. Thick CA. You should get a pretty good amount in there. This is your main spar. This is where you'll need a lot of strength here. Sticking out there. So now get it in. One thing I failed to point out is, obviously I'm using my fingers on CA. I've been building for ages and kind of used to it. Some people have reactions to CA, so if you're having reactions to CA or if you're not sure, it might not be a bad idea to get a nitrile glove or something like that to before you do that. See how the spar is in there, and we're a little bit below that. Then we want to run another good bead. Top at the locking in. Make sure your wing cords are weighted down in place. Remember, it's important always building this wing saddle. Keep it flat. Once that top there, we'll hit that with a kicker. Hold it down for a second. Let that kicker kick off. See if you pull the foam together, just kind of slop. Now, we'll let that dry for about 10 minutes. Make sure that the glue is dry on that.